What do you guys think about the Commanders, the Falcons, and the Panthers? Those are the three teams that we'll be breaking down today.
No. Don't comment about my Falcons. We get it. We got it. We done got enough heat these past 2 days. Leave us alone.
Now we're gonna talk about it. We're not gonna leave you alone whatsoever. So, but let's start off on the light. Actually, no, fuck it. Let's just dive straight into the Falcons. Let's go straight into the Atlanta Falcons and what the fuck were they doing? Just to be.
Can I just give? So, me being a Falcons fan,
yes.
I fully intended and fully thought me and the owners and the staff were like, I thought we were in tandem. Because once I heard we were not taking was Dallas Turner. And you know what? Fuck you, but in a joking way, Adam Schefter, because he was like, oh, the Falcons are not taking Dallas Turner here. They out from what I heard that they were going for a receiver. You should have seen me, bro. Roma Dunze. That's instantly. I was thinking, oh snap, they're about to go crazy with this. My man CJ calls me because I'm playing video games and watching the draft. My man calls me and he's like, I see some type of excitement on his face, and I'm like, bro, don't even say nothing because I don't even know. Just chill. I don't know what's going on. But remember, I told y'all I would love for him to be part of the Falcons organization. But at number 8, hell nah. Hell nah. You could have bagged back, got some more picks because all the terrible picks you got. Oh my God.
So what he's talking about is, if you guys haven't seen it, I don't know how you haven't if you were watching it, but Michael Penix Jr. from Washington, quarterback, going number 8. Kind of a surprise pick here at number 8.
Kinda.
Oh, for sure. I mean, obviously, everyone had, Atlanta being the team to start the defensive run or to at least select the defensive player. Apparently, you guys are allergic to drafting like edge rushers or pass rushers.
We're not allergic. No, for years we did that.
Not in the last, 4. Where you guys
Big Beasley, probably the last person we drafted.
For all our female viewers out there, y'all probably know there's nothing you like less than an unexpected Penix pick, and that's what the Falcons are dealing
with. Wait. That was beautiful. That was fucking like, you think I'm being sarcastic, but that was beautiful.
It was beautiful. That joke was A1. Unlike the pick. Right, everyone is talking about whether or not, this was a good idea. People are trying to wrap their minds around why would the Falcons go quarterback at 8, right? And then obviously the one central idea or the thing that Raheem Morris tried to explain in the press conference was the Packers mantra, how they draft, right? They're trying to go from you get a young quarterback to sit behind your veteran quarterback and let him sit for 3 years. That seems to be the thing. But the huge caveat is that Michael Penix is already 24. So it's like, so you want him to sit until he's 27, 28? And that's why I think there's a lot of head scratching move. Like, if you would have got JJ McCarthy here, I don't think
anybody more understandable.
Right, JJ's still 21, so like by the time he's 3 years, he'd be 24 at the time that how old Michael Penix is.
JJ might only be 20.
Oh, jeez, that's even young. Better, right? So you get a younger guy who still needs time to develop, but you guys didn't. And then even still, obviously there was the draft rumors about people were trying to trade up to get Penix in the top 10. Whether how true it is or not, who knows? But so that was your first pick, right? So let's go to the second round, right?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
I understand why the Falcons did this pick. Because I obviously instantly, I was probably maybe a fraction, not even a small amount of Falcon fans. I was like, oh hell yeah. Like, I'm cool, Michael Penix. I'm cool.
I'm the only person.
I thought it's like I'm cool. Like it was it a great pick? No, but it's like in my mind, it's like okay, like we got a guy that just came back from the national championship. You got a guy that just battled injuries and conflict and went to a different school in Washington, in which no one in the world really, don't say no one, but not everyone took Washington seriously, brought their program up. And it's like, you know what? Like everywhere he goes, he brings eyes and attention. And I'm not going to necessarily say win, but he competes really well. Going to Indiana. We're not watching Indiana football. Let's just be real. The only team in Indiana we were watching, Notre Dame. It's about it. And then you have him at Indiana, killing it. Gets injured.
Which time?
Gets
Which
injured
time?
multiple times. He gets injured multiple times.
Exactly.
But switches it up, goes to Washington. He's like, you know what? I like, and you know what's probably crazy? Some teams probably didn't want him, especially in the Big Ten and the SEC. And he's like, you know, I gotta go out here. Let me do my job. Let me work. And remember, we always had eyes on Washington, but Washington never could take that hump, get over that hump to get to the big time game, to win the big time game. Well, what now? What? Oh, you guys, get over the hump. I got you. Anyways, gets over that hump with Washington. So it's like, I'm cool with it. Not at the spot that we got him, but it's just like, you know what? The name's already fucking said. You can't go back. We got Michael fucking Penix now.
Yeah,
and then it's
true.
like,
I mean,
my man, you don't know. We just don't know. We just don't know about Kirk Cousins either. And then it's like, we're going to be good. We're going to be good this year. There's next year, we're not going to have a top 10 pick. I'm just being real. If things go as they should go, we're not going to have a top 10 pick. So I understand why the Falcons went and got the guy. Why don't you just go ahead and get your guys you want and call Kirk? Because for what, Kirk? You got our money. You got $100 million guarantee. What do we need to call you for? You need to be calling us. But hey, I screwed you.
According to Jay Gruden and Colt McCoy, he gets pretty sensitive sometimes. So, I mean, listen,
two guys that know him pretty well.
Yeah, very well. If I get it, like you do, like in the league, this past 2 years, we have seen so many starting quarterbacks play in terms of like so many starters getting injured, so many people. So it is tough. Joe Burrow got hurt. Yeah, like literally every team has dealt with this, and like it's only maybe a handful, if that, like who probably had like sustainability at that quarterback position. So it is tough. Like I get the idea of wanting to make sure that you have an elite backup to where you can kind of bridge the gap, right? But the biggest questions, well, if you did think Kirk Cousins was going to be healthy at the time, why would you sign him to the big money contract, right? That's true. And if you could have traded back, well, and again, also you could have traded back in perfect world and still probably got him, maybe, who knows? But at the same time, you know, we'll talk about it a little bit later with the Commanders. Like you might not be able to find a suitor. You might not be able to find someone who's willing to give up the price that you want to trade back as well. So it's a lot of caveats that people don't really talk about. Kirk D. Cousins had a funky weekend. Yeah, he did. He might be a little pissed off, but like, hopefully,
get over it. Get over it. You have
$100
million in your pocket. Get over it. You got your money. Now you want to play too? I mean, what's going on? What are we doing?
Again, you bring in competition at his position to where you think everything is cool. Now he's like, okay, now I got this kid looking over my shoulder. Especially, you know, we all see the Supreme Dreams commercial, the video. He's like, oh man, wow, that's a great pass
for a backup.
That's a good pass for a backup. Man, this is what we needed. You know, because Michael Penix showed how athletic he was. Like he's shown how fast he can run. You know.
And they know history repeats itself, and they see another black quarterback who's left-handed, who is our last great black quarterback that was left-handed. That's what they're trying to do.
Desmond Ridder.
I said black.
Hey, yo.
They ain't never gonna. But
it's okay.
Second pick.
I don't know if Ritter's left-handed, but he sure as hell don't look right-handed.
He sure don't look right at all at the position. All right, so day 2. A little smoke before the Commanders pick at 36. The Falcons trade up to get your guy from Clemson, Rook. And hoping he got a dog in him because you traded up for a guy who's pretty raw as a defensive tackle for Newton right there. who was probably projected to be possibly the first or second defensive tackle in the first round, and you guys go for him. Jonathan, what do you know about?
He's good. I don't know if he's better than Johnny Newton, but he's good. Like, I feel like he was a consensus top 5 defensive tackle on most people's boards. It was just the fact that he went before Johnny Newton is throwing some people off.
And they traded up. They traded up.
They traded up to not take Johnny Newton.
Yes.
I feel like if Johnny Newton and Byron Murphy had both gone in the first round and Rook was the third defensive tackle taken at the same spot, people wouldn't have said as much if it hadn't been for the fact that they traded up for him and they took him over Johnny Newton. Right. I feel like those two factors are putting a negative spin on it for some people.
Yes. And I understand because this did start a defensive tackle run to start the second round. Well, it was wide receiver, but then that defensive tackle run once they traded up, and then we kind of saw them go off the board. So obviously they kind of figured that way, especially they wanted to try to get ahead of the Rams, and they didn't know what the Commanders would do, and a lot of people didn't, but they did. So, Christian, what did you think of this pick? A defensive tackle.
You know,
you guys go. You get the defender that you needed,
right,
in a second round.
I'm gonna shoot you guys straight. I think we've grown up watching the draft, and we love these players and stuff when they get drafted. But I think like I don't really care for it. Like not in a bad way. It's like I'm glad we got him, but it's also who's to say this guy's not going to be that fucking guy. But who's also to say the guy that got picked up in the 7th round can't be that fucking guy too?
For sure.
And it's just like, I understand the raw talent that he may have, but maybe Raheem wants to turn that guy into a fucking monster.
Oh, yeah.
A freaking beast. Because I think he coached with who? Malik Khalil Mack?
Raheem Morris? He was coaching Aaron Donald for the last few years.
So he was the Rams, I'm thinking, okay. Coaching him, he's like, oh, you know what? We can probably turn this guy not into him, but we can see what I've learned over there and put. I mean, why not? Why on a prospect? Why not? But people like I get like the whole like the draft list thing, but it's like, dude, if that guy don't fit their system, he doesn't have to fucking pick him.
For sure.
You know, and then it's just like, oh, maybe this guy had a really great fucking interview and he said some great shit. I'm gonna go pick this guy, and it's just, I don't know, man. Like, not talking about y'all, but like I was hearing some stuff, and it was just like, a man has just changed his family's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you doubting him already? Like, bro, ain't even touched the field yet. Not you,
hey, man,
but
this is football, buddy. If you can't handle it, get out of the game. All right, so for the 3rd round pick, we got Braylon Trice. So this is a pick. I'm like, this is a guy. I like Braylon Trice a lot from Washington. I think this is a good pickup for you guys. A good pass rusher. I thought this would be one of the oozes that we would get. But you know, it is what it is. It happens. I like this pick though. You guys went back-to-back defensive players, much needed. I would say. Then day 3, you guys go another defensive tackle, Brandon Dorless from I think Oregon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this Oregon guys are flying off the board 2nd round.
Yeah, they got a lot of athletes, man. Dan Lanning and Mario Cristobal, because I mean, some of these guys probably still under Mario Cristobal, who probably originally recruited, and Dan Lanning kind of kept some of them around. But they get athletes. Dan Lanning's going to be a guy these next couple of years. Hopefully, Oregon can continue to keep up. But now they're going to be playing in the Big Ten, so it should be a fun new world we'll get into later. And then linebackers, this draft really kind of got, I won't say devalued, but like, holy shit. I mean, I guess I would expect a few more to go earlier than they did.
It wasn't a great linebacker class.
It wasn't a great linebacker class for sure. But I thought at least a couple of like the early guys would go a little earlier. But yeah. But you guys got JD Bertrand from Notre Dame, big body linebacker, 6'1", 233. And then in the 6th round, you guys went Jason McClellan from Alabama. I believe he played running back. And then
got a running back.
Then you guys go in the 6th round and get Casey Washington,
but
wide receiver.
Let me get y'all's opinion on that.
Yep.
So we go running back.
Yep.
But no one's upset that we drafted a running back. After we already got, I believe, 2 running backs on our list that could start other places as well. Well, especially one for sure. But Tyler Algier is a dog.
He is a dog.
So like no one's upset that they have 2 young running backs and they draft another.
Well, the thing is with running backs, there's kind of a philosophy that you should probably draft a running back once every year or every other year because of the fact that you should not pay running backs whatsoever. Oh. So if you keep them going on a new contract like every other year, it's like, hey, you can just kind of cycle them in and out.
Roger that.
And that's what's happening to Tyler Algier. Like Algier is probably gonna have to find a new team next year because of the fact that he was such a dog his rookie year, and then Arthur Smith just again went a luxury pick. I mean, yes, like Bijan is nice and is really good, but it's like, damn, like you really didn't need that at 8. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, it is what it is now. So, but yeah, I mean, this is round 6. So you would have run it back in round 6. So and the running backs were not going like that.
Right.
Even Panthers started the running back run, but even still, they didn't really start a run. Like the run didn't really happen until like the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah, I got Jonathan. Yeah, John.
Yes, sir.
Now I can hear myself. Okay, Jonathan Brooks.
Yes.
And y'all got one of my guys too. And you know exactly who I'm talking about.
We'll get to that. In the round 6, pick 197, you guys go. You guys went heavy on the defensive front. Whether you didn't get it early on or like first round or whatever, but you guys did go crazy. Got my guy Zion Logue from Georgia, 6'6" D tackle, and that was your final pick. Obviously, a lot of questions after the draft with not getting a corner. And that's kind of what Terry Fontenot has been getting heated about. How do you feel about not getting a corner in this draft?
Maybe they have some guys in there they truly do believe in. Just because someone gets beat a few times doesn't mean you should just automatically just give up on that person. Because maybe they go in and maybe they thought they came in thinking they were hot shit, and then they watch how they got walked around the dog park a couple times. Lights a fire under their ass. You never know.
Yeah,
and then it's because it also just like with the quarterback thing and Kirk Cousins, I don't give a fuck. Like, you don't have to give that motherfucker a notice. But them not drafting a corner, maybe they're telling their guys, hey, we fucking believe in you. You need to turn some shit over. Get some fucking, go back to the bases, whatever it may be. That's what I think they're doing. And I mean, Raheem might like our secondary. And that's fine and dandy.
Your secondary is pretty solid. I think you still need like another guy out over. I don't know, is Hayward still there? Who's on the side of AJ Terrell? Yeah, was he there on the other side? I know it's him, JC Bates, Jesse. I mean, a little bit older corner. Obviously, AJ Terrell. I mean, one way you can show that you love him is, pay him.
Hey, he's already paid in my book.
I don't know if he's gotten paid yet, but I don't think he's gotten paid.
I'm still glad his brother didn't come out.
So, I don't know. But overall, how do you feel about this draft? And are you excited about after? Does your excitement level raise a little bit after this draft?
Not really. I was really wanting Roma Dunze.
He was
really bad. I'm telling you, I really wanted him really bad. Happy we got Michael Penix. But there's another team on this panel that I'm very proud of. And for the first time in history, I might actually watch a lot of their games.
Oh.
Because they drafted very well.